All right. Well, good morning, everyone. The chair detects a quorum, so we will call to order this Clarksville Urbanized Area Metropolitan Planning Organization meeting. If we could get order in the back, Sergeant at Arms, please escort those rowdy folks out. All right, we're glad you're here. Let's, for the purpose of introductions, because we have some new faces and not so new faces, Mayor Golden, we're going to introduce ourselves, and we'll go around. We'll start with the guy that's keeping the sound and recording going, and then we'll work our way around the horseshoe here. So if you don't mind, start us off.
I'm Zach Madden. I'm a planner with the MPO.
Thank you, Zach. Whoa, that's hot.
I'm Thomas Witt with the Kentucky Transportation Cabinet.
Hello, I'm Heather Bing with TDOT.
Bill Shadoin here for Christian County. Jerry Gill.
Joe Pitts, Mayor of the City of Clarksville and Chairman.
Wes Golden, Mayor of Montgomery County.
Mike Ringenberg, Clarksville Transit Director.
Matthew Cushing, Greater Nashville Regional Council.
Tom Britton, representing Mayor City of Hopkinsville.
All right, thank you very much for that. We are now ready to proceed to vote and approve the meeting minutes from the March 19, 2026 meeting. They were sent out ahead of time, and when you're ready, I'll entertain a motion and a second.
Motion to approve.
Thank you, Mayor. Properly seconded. Any additions, deletions, or corrections to the minutes? Seeing none, hearing none, are you ready to vote? All in favor, please say aye. Any opposed, say no, and those minutes are adopted. We are now ready for item 3, the vote to adopt Resolution 2026-05, CTS's Transportation Agency Safety Performance Measure. Mr. Jarnick.
Thank you, Chairman. So I'm going to be a little bit long-winded on this. In 2021, the infrastructure investment.
You don't have to hold it. Just push it once. Push it once.
You missed orientation.
There you go.
I'll restart. In 2021, the Infrastructure Investment and Jobs Act and the following bipartisan infrastructure law required the establishment of a performance and an outcome-based program for multimodal transportation systems, including setting of targets for future performance by states, public transportation providers, and MPOs. The CTS, the Clarksville Transit System, operates public transportation within the MPO planning area. CTS has developed a PTASP, or a Public Transportation Agency Safety Plan. The PTASP Final Rule, Title 49 of the Code of Federal Regulations, 49 CFR Part 673, intends to improve public transportation safety by guiding transit agencies to be more effectively and proactively manage safety risk within their system. The CUA MPO participation plan has been faithfully followed, including the 14-day public review period with concurrence from the Technical Coordinating Committee, the TCC. The MPO Executive Board accepts the CTS safety plan, and the MPO agrees to plan and program projects that contribute towards accomplishments of the CTS safety plan goals. Back to you, Mayor.
Thank you very much. We do need to adopt this resolution, so I'll entertain a motion in a second.
Motion.
Second.
Okay, thank you for that. Any discussion regarding Resolution 2605? Seeing none, are you ready to vote? All in favor, please say aye. Any opposed, say no, and that resolution is adopted. Now ready for item 4, vote to adopt Resolution 2026-06, amend the Safe Streets for All TIP project number 77 to fiscal year 26 through fiscal year 29 TIP. Mr. Jarnick.
Yes, sir. I'm going to be long-winded again. Bear with me.
You got until the pizza gets here.
This is a vote to adopt Resolution 2026-06 to amend the Safe Streets and Roads for All, or SS4A, Transportation Improvement Program. We call that the TIP, project number 77, to fiscal year 2026 to fiscal year 2029. Background information here. This resolution is in support of improving safety, safe streets and roads for all, especially for people walking and traveling the new Providence Boulevard corridor, by amending the FY26, FY29 TIP by adding TIP project number 77, City of Clarksville Safety Action Plan implementation measures. Project extends our New Providence Boulevard from Fort Campbell Boulevard, the northernmost extent, to the intersection of North 2nd Street, Craft Street, and North Riverside Drive, which is the southernmost extent. Program funds for the Safe Streets and Roads for All grant is $11,071,937. Federal funds are $8,052,318. Local funds are $3,019,619. Please note the CUA MPO participation plan has been followed. The document was made public for review. The 14-day review period began July 1st, 2026, ended July 15th, 2026. CUA MPO TCC did recommend approval, and MPO staff supports approval of amendment CLK number 1 to the fiscal years 2026 through 2029 Transportation Improvement Program of the Clarksville Urbanized MPO. Back to you.
All right, thank you, Mr. Jarnick. We do need to adopt this, so I'll entertain a motion in a second.
So moved.
Thank you very much for that. Any discussion about Resolution 06? All right, are you ready to vote? All in favor, please say aye. Any opposed, say no, and that resolution is adopted. We're ready for item 5. Resolution 2026-07, amend the UPWP for an of I-24 widening design alternative study. Mr. Jarnick.
Yes, Chairman, thank you. Upon further discussion with our TDOT transportation partners, I respectfully request that the CUA MPO Executive Board members consider removing the word widening. There's 4 instances within the resolution. This is not required. My thoughts I'd like to share with you all here is that a design alternatives, when considered, will consider widening. The project is already within the 10-year plan of the TDOT TIP, which they are already widening. It is already being considered. That's up to you. It's not required, but I wanted to bring it before the board. If you will let me to be long-winded again and tell you a little bit about the information here. This resolution supports amending the MPO's UPWP, which is the Unified Planning Work Program. At this time, the Tennessee Department of Transportation plans to widen the urban segment of I-24 in Clarksville-Montgomery County. TDOT PIN number 124656.00 refers. This federally reviewed project will expand and add capacity to the interstate from 4 to 6 lanes. Since the time this project was initially scoped, expansion and growth within Clarksville-Montgomery County, including development and growth of the industrial park, investment and expansion of Vanderbilt Clarksville Hospital and Trauma Center, incoming new hospitals and healthcare facilities, including Ascension St. Thomas Hospital, TriStar Clarksville Hospital, and the Clarksville Multi-Specialty VA Clinic planned to open in 2030. All of these facilities are within close proximity of I-24. With all of the recent growth and future growth in mind, as a result, efforts to further review and study of I-24 design alternatives for the section of I-24 from Exit 4 to Exit 8 are supported and encouraged. The study will take into consideration safety, capacity, mobility, and freight movement. The study cost will be less than $100,000. The Unified Planning Work Program is to be amended as follows. Work Task Roman numeral number 6. Special Studies on page 35. Under Subtasks, Corridor Study Technical Reports. Add the following bulleted item. I-24 Design Alternative Study from Exit 4, US 79, Wilma Rudolph Boulevard to Exit 8, State Route 237, Rossview Road. Second bullet, Work Task Roman numeral number 4. Long-range planning under fiscal year 2026, fiscal year 2027, funding source table on page 31 will decrease from $437,500,000 total funds to $350,000 federal, $21,875 state, $65,625 local by $37,500 total funds, $30,000 Fed, $1,875 state, $5,626 local. These funds will be transferred to work task Roman numeral 6 special studies. I would like to note that these are in millions of dollars, correct or not? No.
They're,
As read, as stated.
right.
Thank you, Jill.
It'll total 100,000 in special study.
Perfect, thank you, Jill. Then the final bulleted item is work task Roman numeral number 6. Under the fiscal year 2026, fiscal year 2027 funding source table on page 36 will increase from 62,500 total funds, and that is 50,000 in federal funds, 3,125 state, 9,375 local, by 37,500 total funds, and that breaks down to 30,000 federal, 1,875 state, and 5,626 local. Back to you, Chairman.
Thank you, Mike. Just for clarification, we need to amend this resolution to take out the word widening?
That is entirely up to you. So it's my thoughts, and I spoke with our TDOT transportation partners, that widening is already considered. It's being considered. It's in the 10-year plan. And widening will be a design alternative considered when this goes, if we decide to do the study, if the study is approved by the board.
Ms. Bing, are you in agreement with that? Okay, all right, good. Okay, well, let's get it properly before us. I'll entertain a motion and a second on the resolution.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Thank you very much. And now we want to amend this resolution,
To strike
the word widening wherever it appears in
Yes,
the
sir.
resolution.
That is correct, sir.
Okay, all right, so I'll entertain a motion and a second on that amendment.
Motion to amend.
All right, thank you. Okay, any discussion about amending the word widening out of the resolution? We're good? All right, all in favor of the amendment, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, say no. So we're back on the resolution as amended, which has, we've strike the word widening. Any discussion about that? This resolution. Now, where's the local money coming from?
This is,
You want to come to the mic?
the UPWP is our planning funds. It's PL funds, and we already have that approved through the budget. And so we're just moving money from one work task to another. The match is already in our bank account. So you've already given us the match for these funds. We're just shifting them from work task, 4, down to work task 6.
Okay,
So the money is there. We just needed to move some around to equal 100,000 so that we could do the study. Because
Okay.
we've been told that's right under 100 is what it's going to run into.
okay. Thank you. Any other questions about this amended resolution?
Yes, I'd just like to make sure I understand correctly that there were no Kentucky funds allocated to this work element before, and there are none
Correct.
with the amendment either. It doesn't affect the Kentucky PL funds at all. Okay. All right, thank you.
Thank you. Any other question or comment, concern?
Just from a general information perspective, we get the study done.
You don't have to hold it. Just punch it once. Now you're hot.
From general information, we get the study done, and then how long are we looking before we start moving towards possible construction?
Ooh, I don't have an answer for you that. So it's my understanding is that we would go forth with a request for proposals or request for qualifications. Once we get that wrapped up and it goes to the selection committee, they would make the recommendation then to the TCC members, which would then recommend to this board for approval. And then that's in the engineering world, and I'm not a subject matter expert on that, sir.
Measured in decades. All right.
Thank you.
Pizza's here, so I guess we need to adjourn, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, any other discussion about this amended resolution? Are we ready to vote? All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, say no, and that resolution is adopted as amended. Thank you very much. We're now ready for Title VI update. Mr. Jarnick.
Yes, sir. The U.S. Department of Transportation amended its regulations implementing Title VI of the Civil Rights Act of 1964, also known as Title VI, to eliminate disparate impact liability. These revisions implement changes directed by Executive Order 14281. These revisions also align with changes made by the U.S. Department of Justice, or the DOJ, to its Title VI regulations at 28 CFR Part 42 that were made effective on December 10th of 2025. Please note that today's meeting agenda packet has an embedded direct link to the Federal Register at federalregister.gov where you may find additional information regarding this. Thank you, Chairman.
All right, any questions about that update on Title VI? All right, we're ready for item 7 on our agenda, Kentucky Transportation Cabinet Strategic Highway Investment Formula for tomorrow. The shift update, is that Mr. Witt? You're recognized.
Yes, thank you. Well, shift is complete. We have at least for this cycle, we have a newly enacted 6-year highway plan posted on our website. There were several projects identified in that 6-year plan within the Kentucky portion of the metropolitan planning area. And we will be working with the MPO staff going forward to see what we need to change in the TIP and the MTP to reflect this new 6-year plan.
Great, thank you. That is good news. Any questions about this update? All right, we're ready for item 8, the Tennessee Department of Environment and Conservation Air Quality Update. Is Mr. Corrigan here? You're it.
I'm playing Mr. Corrigan
You're
today,
it.
sir.
Okay, you're recognized.
Thank you, sir. Tennessee Department of Environment and Conservation, or TDEC, Air Quality Update. Mr. Mark Corrigan was unable to join us. However, on behalf of Mr. Corrigan, please allow me to share the following information with you. The Tennessee Department of Environment and Conservation Medium and Heavy Duty Vehicles Grant Program is active and ongoing. This provides an opportunity under the Volkswagen Environmental Mitigation Trust to replace older diesel trucks. Mr. Corrigan also wanted us to know that the ozone monitor in Christian County, Kentucky has been relocated. The new location within Christian County will require 3 years of data from 2026 to 2028 for a complete design value. The design value before 2023 through 2025 was 65 parts per billion against a standard of 70 parts per billion. So things are looking good. It could be better. Let's all work to uphold our efforts to improve air quality. So that's all I had from Mr. Corrigan. However, Jill has information, and if you contact the MPO, we'll be more than happy to distribute it to you as well. But a full page regarding the medium and heavy duty vehicle projects under the Volkswagen Environmental Mitigation Trust. We're happy to help. Thank you. Back to you, Chairman.
Yeah, thank you very much. Any questions about the air quality update? All right, we're ready for item 9, Federal Highway Administration Tennessee Division Update. Anyone here from Federal Highway? All right, we're skip down to Federal Highway Kentucky Division Update. Anyone here from the Kentucky Division? All right. Item 11, TDOT Update. I know we have a representative here from TDOT. Ms. Bing, you're recognized.
Good morning. For updates today, I wanted to let everybody know that the statewide partnership program application is now open from July 13th, and it will close August 31st. New this year is that the multimodal access grant and the TAP, Transportation Alternative Program, are now combined into that SPP application. All the information included would be on our website. Just Google TDOT SPP, and you'll find a plethora of information. And then last update, our STIP. Our STIP is still with Federal Highways for review. They're hoping to get that finished by the end of this month is the goal, hopefully. And that is all I have for y'all.
Thank you very much. Any question or comment regarding this update? Ready for Transportation Cabinet Update, Kentucky Transportation Cabinet. Mr. Witt.
Yes, there's just one other thing I wanted to mention. We do have a new Secretary of Transportation. Her name is Rebecca Goodman, and she replaces former Secretary Jim Gray, who resigned to be an advisor to Governor Beshear.
All right, thank you very much. Questions about this update? We're now ready for a report from the Tennessee Department of Health. Mr. Jarnick?
Yes, sir. I'm going to ask you to welcome Mr. Vincent Black from the Tennessee Department of Health. And Vinny, if you're here with us. Good morning.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, you're welcome.
If you would give us your name and then proceed.
Yes, sir. My name is Vincent Black, or Vinny Black is what I go by. And hey, Matt, I saw a familiar face today. And so I work for the Tennessee Department of Health, and I work for our Office of Primary Prevention. And my title is called Healthy Development Coordinator. And we deploy 7 of us across the state in the 7 different regions. And our job is to connect the built environment with health. And that's what we do day in and day out. So I work for the Mid-Cumberland region, which covers all those counties that touch Davidson, plus a few on the outside. And so I came today to talk a little bit about that connection between the built environment and health. And so I was going to start with just a simple question. And hey, the peanut gallery can answer this question too. So how many minutes of physical activity is recommended per week for an individual? I heard some good answers. Anything from out this way? 2. 1, 2. 150. Whoever said 150, nailed it. Great job. Brandon, I got a Jolly Rancher in the backpack.
Slightly used.
Now we know that there's a prize involved. So why should you care? Why should you folks care? Because there's a connection between the built environment and health. And at the Office of Primary Prevention and the Tennessee Department of Health, we recognize that. And we put our money where our mouth is, and we send people like me out to do that work day in and day out. And so I thought the best way to kind of talk about that was to give you an example of what we've done in Clarksville, Montgomery County over the past couple months. And so if you see up on the screen here, we conducted some walk audits through our County Health Council. Our County Health Council made walkability a priority for Clarksville and for Montgomery County. So we conducted some walk audits. We conducted, Karen, was it 5 or 6?
I think 5.
5 different walk audits across the city in different areas that we deemed needed some help, needed an audit. And so I'm showing you the more magnet walk audit that we conducted because Karen's going to come up and she's going to discuss what's happening with that. And so, Zach, will you forward me there? And so the route started down by the health department. We looped down by the housing authority and came back around and headed on back to the health department right there off of Pageant Lane. And we had, how many folks we have out that day? About 12 folks that day, and we used the AARP Walkability Toolkit. So we were assessing the environment. We were assessing how appealing it is, how safe it is, how we could make this better. And so we walked that route that morning right around school time, and so we could see the kids walking and biking to school and just check out all the things going on during that time period. And so then that comes back to me, and I took all those surveys that we filled out that day from the different people on the walk audit, and we scored it, and we created a nice report, just to kind of take that and make it readable, digestible, because y'all see a lot of stuff come back to your desk. You want something that's more concise and executive summary. And so we showed that like street elements like lighting and streetscape and pedestrian safety are some of our lowest scoring things, but we also wanted to highlight things that we're doing okay with and things that need some improvement. And so then we took a lot of photos. We encourage folks when we do these walk audits to take photos and think about it not just from your perspective and your abilities, but think about it through other people's abilities. So we actually had some folks bring a wheelchair. And so we were able to navigate the sidewalks in the wheelchair and see how is it for someone. If you don't experience that in your daily life, well, you need some help. And so we had people do that and show some issues. So you can see, trash can blocking the sidewalk, mud on the sidewalk, different things that we noted along our walk audit. And y'all know, as good as anybody else, sometimes a sidewalk just ends, and then you're left in the lurch, not knowing where to go afterward. And so then I took this and we scored some different elements on safety. And so you can see from this what scored well, what scored not so well, and that helped guide our decision-making of what we want to do. And the AARP toolkit has all sorts of ways to assess walking and biking, and we used AARP because, one, it's a nice, holistic toolkit, but also because we wanted to apply for some funds through AARP to do some changes afterward. I think we got one more in there. Yeah, and so here's just some extra pictures that we took and just showing some things. And so these reports that we create through our healthy development coordinators, through our walk audits, are really valuable not just for in the moment, but for later, for grant funding. It's always good to show that you did the work, you showed some effort and did that forethought. And that's what we did with these reports. And so we used this report, this exact report, along with all of our other walk audits for a funding request to the AARP. Did I have anything else in there, Zach? Okay, cool. And so we used this to show the work. And then I'm going to have Karen Anderson, the chair of our Health Council, come up, and I'd like for her to, tell them what happened.
Ms. Reynolds, would you, not Anderson, unless you changed your name? Okay.
No.
That's our health department director.
So, thank you. So what we did, working with Brandon, who's also from the state, who supports our health council, I think he does 6 districts. And we did several walk audits, and then when the AARP Toyota grant opened, we actually went back and just picked the more magnet area because it was a low-income census district. It walked to the library, to healthcare, to the school, and so we selected out of all of our walk audits, we selected that area as our focus area. And then when we applied for the grant, which we won the max. 5,100 people put in for it, and we were one of the selectees for the maximum, $25,000. So our areas are Summit Heights corridor, and we're gonna do traffic calming, we're gonna wrap the utility boxes, we're gonna streetscape improvements and beautification. The other area is more magnet. We wanna make the school crossing more safer, native landscaping, community art, and some gateway improvements. And then our last area of focus will be Veterans Plaza Corridor, which is the Richardson Crossland, for those of you who don't know the area as well. We're gonna, again, do some enhanced crosswalks, pocket park, some native gardens, and some wayfinding. We are grateful that the city took it upon, we put in the grant, and then they came and kind of cleaned up the street and put in some of the crosswalks. We're just going to add to that. We're not going to undo any of that. We plan to add. So if you haven't seen some of the strong towns visions, is we're going to make the crosswalks fun, slow down the traffic by implementing some artwork into the streetscape. It's a proven thing. And I'd like to do a shout out to all of our partners. This is truly a communication and a collaborative effort. Replant Clarksville is our financial sponsor, and they're managing the money for us. Montgomery County Health Council, Austin P., Clarksville Strong Towns, we have their president here, Tennessee Environmental Council, Montgomery County Government, City of Clarksville Government, Tennessee Highway Safety Office. Clarksville Arts and Heritage is actually managing the artwork and the art piece. We're grateful to Ellen Carnova for her support and guidance. Sierra Club, Healthy Yards, and actually the Montgomery County Master Gardeners are a powerhouse. And then, of course, we have several council people that have been involved. So we look forward to it. Our first event is tonight at 5 o'clock. We're starting to clean up the beds along Pageant Lane, where they took out the old the old area, the old beauty shop. And thank you, Mayor. I asked to take down the sign, and he cleaned it up and took down the sign and the building. So I'm just really grateful for the support. We'll keep moving, and you'll see me knocking on some of your doors, looking for a bench from our transit system, maybe working with them. And I'm just grateful as we move forward. We have a very short time. We have to spend this money by December. So if I'm rattling your cage more than once, please know we got to move. So thank you. I appreciate it. Any
Thank you, Ms.
questions?
Anderson. Thank you. Questions? All right, thank you. We're now ready for the Clarksville-Montgomery County Economic Development Council update.
Yes, sir, and I'm going to turn this over to Mr. Buck Dellinger.
Mr. Dellinger.
Yes, sir. Thank you, Mayor. Thank you, Board. So I'll be not so long-winded. I think our activity that we really wanted to culminate with was item 5 on your agenda, which was the planning grant. I just want to set that decision that you made up, and thank you for that decision. In November, we had a meeting with TDOT Region 3 to talk about the imminent growth that we're experiencing with the Hankook factory going from 1 phase to 3 phases, the LG Chem factory starting up to 820 employees, biggest cathode developer in North America, and all the development along that, as well as the items that Mike Z mentioned with all of our health care that's going to happen around exit 4, 8, 1, and 11. So we kicked off the TDOT Region 3 folks, gave us the recommendation, to do a federal highway standard study to create a problem statement so that we could create the problem statement to feed the technical study for alternatives. And so as this board approved the technical study, so Drew Gaskins from Gresham Smith was the folks that we went under contract with to study the growth and the modeled growth around our exits 1, 4, 8, and 11, specifically around 4 and 8, where we know we've got a lot of traffic. So Drew is almost done with that study. He's not had a chance to share that with TDOT, so we didn't want to put it into public forum until TDOT has vetted it, checked the data, and made sure that that data is something that they can use. And so that's where we are right now. So I'm going to introduce Drew Gaskins from Gresham Smith. He's the senior planner for the Transportation Department. Drew.
Hey, thanks, Buck. And I know we're at the end of the agenda and the pizza's getting cold, so I'll try to be quick. Basically, just to build on what Mike and Buck were saying, we received some guidance from TDOT to initiate a study, and Buck just listed all the reasons qualitatively why this is a valuable idea. What we're trying to do is to actually take a look at the data and see what the modeled growth looks like, to see what the safety impacts, particularly on Wilma, Rudolph, and Rossview look like. And then to model capacity at some of these intersections and interchange areas. Ultimately, the findings from that study, from that portion of the study, which Buck just mentioned we're almost done with, that would ultimately feed into the effort that was authorized under the resolution today. So like Buck said, in terms of immediate next steps, what we need to do is go back to Region 3, share those findings with them, answer any questions they have, and refine as needed. And then at that point, we would be ready, or whoever is executing the study that was just approved today, would use that information to go in and actually look at what improvements would look like. So right now, we're just looking at is there a problem? What is it? What's the magnitude? And ultimately, the next step in the process would be to look at feasible alternatives. But anyway, that's the Cliffs Notes version. I'm happy to answer any questions that you might have, though.
Thank you. Any questions, comments? Thank you.
Yes, sir.
So when this study's complete, we would share that with the board so that you're totally informed with what, if we have an issue, what the scale of that issue is, and then what the steps are going to the technical study.
All right. Thank you very much.
Chairman, I just want to segue. I received an email from Dr. Mulla from TDOT, who's working on the model, and it's my understanding that they're getting ready to release that. So the data that is being shared from the Neil Schaefer, they did our former model. It was Neil Schaefer, correct? Yeah. So the Metropolitan Transportation Plan requires a model. And when that was done, now we have additional data that Drew is working on with the EDC. So we will provide that to TDOT, Dr. Mulla, as well, so that TDOT will have the latest information. So I just have two other items that I want to share with you. The first of which is the Tennessee Department of Transportation is currently seeking input for the 2026 Long Range Transportation Plan update. Please let Jill, Zach, or me, or Heather, or Anne Marie, or anybody else from TDOT here know, and we'll send you that online link to find it. And then I would like to introduce Mr. Joe Van Dusen from Strong Towns. And then after Joe, then we have a TDOT update and public comment period, and then we'll be ready for pizza, Chairman.
Okay. Didn't we already have TDOT update?
There's additional information.
Oh, okay. All right. Late breaking news. All right. If you would, give us your name and proceed.
My name is Joseph Van Dusen. I'm the president of Clarksville Strong Towns, which is a 501c3 nonprofit exclusively focusing on Clarksville and Montgomery County. I'm also a licensed professional engineer, so I bring that into the mix as well. So I just want to take this opportunity to thank everyone that is supporting our efforts with the AARP grant. We are organizing a lot of volunteers and coordinating with many partners, including many of you up here. A big part of the Strong Towns mission is municipal finances, which is everyone's absolutely favorite topic. The idea being that if you do the math, walkability, land use reform, and bikeability, alternative forms of transportation, is ultimately far more fiscally sustainable for our community, as well as public health has been touched on, and many other qualitative measures and quality of life, and reducing the cost of living in meaningful ways, as well as maximizing our ability to pay for these things long after all of us are returned to the dust. So we focus on walkability, bikeability, affordable housing, and transportation to include buses, trains, etc. I don't want to take too long. I've had many conversations with many of the people in this room. So to avoid being too long-winded, I do want to say I appreciate all the work that you guys do, and I want to be a trusted independent partner to make this community great and make it strong and resilient. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. We're now ready for an additional TDOT update. Y'all want to flip a coin, see who goes?
He's going first.
You pointed. Going first. Okay, all right.
I probably should have included him. TDOT projects.
Hey, sorry, and I apologize, I was late, so I think that's what led to the confusion. I did want to just provide an update. You know, we've got Trenton Road project up here, and we're making good progress. We, there's 215 tracks on that project. We've made appraisals on 180 of them, offers made on 115, and come to either accepted offers or condemnation on 50 of them. So that project is staying on track for 2029 construction year as we had committed to. So wanted to give you an update on that project of regional significance. And also Zinc Plant Road, we have a team meeting this afternoon. We'll be getting together on the bridge, looking at getting that project really kicked off with all the different disciplines together. So that project is well underway as well now. And with that, I believe we had the SPP update, so that was the other thing that was on my mind. So any questions on any projects, I'm always happy to take them from members.
Questions? Thank you.
All right, thank you.
It's good news, especially the bridge.
All right, good afternoon. For those of you who are new, I'm Lee Rogers. I'm the District 38 manager for TDOT, so I cover all things construction and maintenance. And Montgomery County happens to be one of my 9 counties I have. But just to update, I know y'all talked about the 10-year plan already in this, but some dates on there. There's 2 sections of that rural Montgomery I-24 widening. They're both set for construction in 2034. And then Trenton Road, as John just mentioned, it is in 2028, I believe. And then
He said 29.
29.
We'll take 28, though.
Yeah, well, you have to talk to him about that one.
All right, John, come back.
And then we also got State Route 48 widening in 2029. So that's some of those. As far as construction updates, we had only 2 resurfacing jobs up here this year. They were both done early. Eubank came in, knocked them out in about 3 days apiece. So that was it. We have 3-4 other routes identified for next year. Once those are actually nailed down, I will get y'all those. But the resurfacing list is such a fluid depending on how much money we have. Maintenance-wise, you're going to see a lot of new things going on. We're going to start replacing a lot of pipes on our infrastructure, a lot of canopy clearing, so things of that nature. And so I've been working hand-in-hand with a lot of your counterparts, and they've been fantastic so far. No complaints on them yet. So any questions y'all have of me, I may have hit the button, but any questions y'all have for me at this time?
Any questions for Mr. Rogers or Lee?
Just don't call me late for dinner. All right, thank you.
All right, thank you. All right, before we get into public comment, any other business that needs to come before the MPO board? All right, we'll now entertain folks who want to address the board from the public. Anybody wish to address the MPO board? All right, well, that looks like our business is complete. I'll entertain a motion to adjourn. Properly seconded, without objection. We're adjourned. The pizza is back there. Thank you, Jill, for the pizza.